Now then, welcome to the video. First of all, I'd like to say sorry for not posting last weekend. Unfortunately, I went in for a routine checkup on my little finger there, and it culminated in an operation and a short hospital stay. I've got another checkup soon, and hopefully everything is on the mend again. I'd also like to thank all you well wishers. It was very nice to hear from you. We've had some questions from our viewers. One of them's from TC, and he says he enjoys the videos and reckons I must be from Yorkshire because I use the words "now then." Well, as you're well aware, TC, it's said the closest thing to heaven is Yorkshire. And here I am in heaven itself, Lancashire. Yes, I'll have naught to do with the old enemy. Truth be told, Lancaster's not that far from Yorkshire. It's not far from Cumbria either. We've got this sort of mixed up dialect up here. And yes, in my village, only Romans use "now then." And Anthony, he says he's enjoying the videos as well, and asks, were you ever in the Dubliners? Well, no, I was never in the Dubliners. And as you can tell from our presenting and editing skills, there's no beginning to my talents, and singing isn't one of them either. I'd just like to also confirm I'm not Mick Hucknall from Simply Red, and I'm not Ed Sheeran's dad either. I'm glad we cleared that up. If you've got out to say, you've got a question, or even a request for something you want to see on the channel, stick it in the comment box wherever YouTube's put it this week. I'll do my very best to get back to you. Enough of this, you fluffy-haired buffoon, I hear you say. Get on with the cruising. Well, without much more of a further ado, let's have a look at where we went. Guess who's back? Yes, it's the trusty pointy screwdriver. Today, we're taking you up the Glasson branch locks, heading north towards the city of Lancaster. Well, nearly Lancaster. It went a bit dark before we reached there, so we had to stop filming. Any road. Our journey began here, at the village of Glasson. A clear day was ahead of us, with some clouds in the sky, but no threat of rain. Autumn was in full swing now, with the trees shedding their leaves all over the ruddy boat. Upon tackling the flight, with a little bit of assistance, we hung a left onto the Lancaster Canal, heading towards Lancaster, passing the village of Golgate and through some pretty stunning countryside. We finished our day's cruise just here at Aldcliffe, right next to Haverbrechts. Quite a posh place, that. We had a busy 2 weeks here. We were both back at work proper. Right, let's crack on. Windlass, please.
I've got my keys, I don't need windlass.
Okay.
Yay!
Up on the left is the Mill at Conda Green, a hotel, restaurant and bar. It's just next to Lock 6 on the Glasson branch. It serves some yummy food, and I believe the rooms are very comfortable. Although it's quite an upmarket place, the bar area is filled with all walks of life and feels like a proper pub. Good ale and all. There's plenty of outside areas too. If it's a sunny day, it's lovely to sit outside. All the locks on the Glasson branch are double locks. There's Debbie there, setting them up. I'm hanging here till the gates are opened, frantically trying to keep Laura from veering off into the bank. I'm going to creep up on this lock. It shouldn't take too long to set. Mind, there's a bit of water coming up from that paddle. These locks are meant to be emptied after they're used. One day I'll ask why. This lock reminds me of Knoll locks. You know, them ones down south. There seems to be lots of water still coming out of that lock. Do you think I can pull Laura up gently by the gates there? That'll be a no then. Let's hang about here for a bit till it empties. I might try a bit of that fast forward here. Crumbs, even at 20 times speed it's taking ages. And then the camera switches off. Maybe next time, eh? Never mind, it's not too far to lock 5. Maybe we can film that one. It's a rural stretch here, mostly cows and sheep to look at. And there aren't that many places to moor on this section. I know we can moor pretty much wherever we like on the towpath, but it feels wrong destroying a little bit of reeds just for our little boat. If anyone knows whether we can clear a bit if we want to, let us know in the comments box. Here's lock 5 coming into view. The camera's on, check. Debbie's setting the locks, check. The skipper's slowing down to arrive just in time for the gates to open, so he doesn't have to get off the boat and do anything. Check. Well, maybe not check then. Oh look, the skipper's off to dispense some pearls of wisdom to the crew. The water coming from the right there is from the overflow thing. I think all the locks on this flight have a overflow thing bit. I really must do some research on the proper name. Anyway, they're big, and sometimes you see the swans climbing up them. Fishermen use the Glasson branch, and for the most part they're a friendly bunch. The basin itself has some monster pike. These locks take ages to empty. Paddles are a little bit temperamental, and the gates, they have problems as well. They're a bit leaky. Now, for all of you that think we blokes leave all the hard work to our long-suffering spouses, here's me winding a paddle gear. Right meal of that. That looks terribly energetic, doesn't it? I think I'm going to need to sit down after that. Take some winding these things. Who designed it? One of the best things about canal life is people like to come and have a chat with you, even if you don't have a YouTube channel. It also gives the weary skipper the chance to slack off. I mean, impart some of extensive knowledge he has about boating. Time to lean, time to have a chin wag. You may be wondering what's happened to Debbie. Well, she went back to empty the last lock. It's a bit of a trek. I can hang about here till the blessed thing empties. Uh-oh, here comes the crew. I haven't seen it yet. There you go. Watch as I try to look busy. After an eternity of boring that poor couple to death, wittering on about canal life, the gates finally open. Just to be sure though, I'm going to bore them a bit more. Time the skipper got back to his boat. Not before delivering a witty anecdote worthy of a spot on Live at the Apollo. Don't like the way I walk. I look all bouncy. We only open one gate, as I'm a pro now at steering Laura. Well, semi-pro. Fast forward us filling a lock. There you go, we've just been up lock 5 of the Glasson branch. And just out of here, the camera ran out. We will empty the lock again and carry on to lock 4.
I can't remember how far the next one is now.
It's a long one, this one, next one.
It's the first stretch, I think, yeah.
I might just wait for Debbie. When we do the locks, Tango and Bruiser stay in their cages because they have a tendency to run after and attack anything they come across. Well, Tango does. Bruiser just wants to bonk it. They don't really like it, but we need training in how to control them. They've done their duties, it's time to go. Right, let's go. I just said that, not stupidly. It's open country here, it does get a bit blowy though. You often get big clumps of weeds floating down the canal. Sadly, this branch is underused. Here's Bridge 3. Funnily enough, after Bridge 3 is Lock 3. Coincidence or what? We've managed to pick up a helper. He's not a boy yet, he just loves doing the locks. His name escapes me at the moment. Oh look, he's broke into a jog. I'll not bore you showing us going up another lock. Want me to wait, love?
If you don't, oh mind you, it's not far off, is it?
No, it's not too far. Oh, see you there then.
Okay.
Looks like we're all getting our steps in today. And there is that next lock. Not too far at all. The sun poked out from behind a cloud just as the lock gates opened. A welcome bit of warmth on a cold day. Bridge 2 and Lock 2. They really look after the locks on here. I've never seen them overgrown. A bit leaky these gates. Paddles really let a lot of water in. We're soon up and into the last pound before the last lock, or the first lock if you're coming down the flag. The weather has been really lovely. It's cold, but it's clear and not too windy. Oh, you're on some hills. It's the Forest of Bowland, or Trough of Bowland. Very pretty views from there. I've lived round here most of my life. I've only been up there to visit a handful of times. Lot 1 coming into view. The bridge is just behind it, and also the Lancaster Canal. That's that's it. We're off the Glasson branch, back on the Lanky. We say thank you to our helper, and I pull over to let Debbie empty the lock. It's taken a few hours to get off the Glasson branch, but it's well worth a visit. Thanks very much.
Yes. Do you bike?
Yeah. Careful, love. Coming up is Galgut Marina. An array of yoghurt pots and dicoggers to be found here. We do like the dinky little boats. They have a certain charm. There's a facilities point here with the usual services offered. If you want fuel, you might need to sell a kidney. About £1.50 a litre at the time. Galgut isn't a massive village, so we're soon through it. And although I love the life in the slow lane, it can be a bit of a pain if you're in a hurry. I really want to race past these boats. We're losing the light. Not sure if we'll make it before dark. In the future, can all boats be moving when I am, so I don't have to slow down? Now, remember Peter from our Ribble Link crossing? Well, that's his boat. It's immaculate, and the engine has all the shiny bits on it. It's a leafy section to Aldcliffe. Solar panels will be useless here in the summer. Even though we're flanked with trees either side, it's still a bit windy round here. I don't think we'll be able to see much more after this. The light's nearly gone. It doesn't help when you have to keep giving the proper plaster reverse every 200 yards to clear the weed. There we have it. We finally managed to get to, well, just outside Lancaster. I hope you enjoyed the cruise. We loved it. We've done it a couple of times since, but that was our first time. And the mooring spot wasn't too bad. A few of the neighbours, not in the boats but in the houses, were a little bit grumpy. So what's in store for next time? Are we going north? Are we going south? Let's have a sneaky peek. That looks high. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. And if you click that little bell icon, YouTube will either you next time we release one. Well, that's everything on my list. I reckon we'll call it a draw for this one. Till next time.